do you think are some of the disadvantages of 50-50 in marriage?
I think, first of all, the disadvantage of 50-50, there are so many disadvantages and advantages according to me. Because one of the disadvantages is disrespect that both parties will have for each other. Like one person will not want to listen to the other person, and the other will not want to listen because what can you tell me? We are doing
I
the same
accept. I
thing.
accept. It can lead to
We are
confusion.
doing the
It can
same
lead to
thing.
confusion. Who is supposed to do what and who is not supposed to do this?
Yeah.
It can lead to confusion if you're not well organized. Okay,
Yeah.
if you're well
One
organized, for example, that this one person will do this and this one will do this, then it will be okay. But it often leads to confusion. 50-50 can lead to confusion in relationships. So you need
Yeah.
to consider it when you're going for
Yeah.
50-50.
Also, in 50-50, it is very unrealistic because there's a possibility that one person is going to do more than the other person, and it can bring anger issues because one person will be like,
Yeah,
I'm doing
yeah,
more
yeah.
of these things and you don't do that,
Yeah,
and this thing
it
can
can
bring
bring
argument.
resentment. You can feel like I'm
Yeah.
doing more than I should.
Yeah. Why are
Yeah.
you not doing this or why am I not doing that? And also, in the case of 50-50, imagine like a woman gets pregnant in the relationship or you
Hmm.
get married and then she's pregnant
Hmm.
and you be like they're still doing the 50-50 and she's in pain. And in her mind, she'll be like, ah, this 50-50 also, I'm going through this pain and he's not going through the same pain. Why am I still being 50-50? It's really, really very unrealistic. It is never, can never be 50-50 the same. Because 50 means 50 means equal. There should be equality and they should do these things the same. There's nothing like, oh, it's just maybe
Yeah,
1 hour
that's the
more than or one
disadvantage.
hour less than.
Yeah,
It
the
can never
disadvantages
be
are
the
coming
same.
from that 50-50
Yes.
issue. For example, what if your partner needs to work longer during the day and it's 50-50? You say, no, since I'm with the baby during the day, you need to
And
come back
take
home
care
so
of
that
the
I get,
baby
yeah,
still.
because it's 50-50. So these are some of the disadvantages of the 50-50.
Yeah.
It can be really very
And
difficult
another
in
disadvantage
such
is,
situation. Yeah, lack of flexibility.
yes.
There's no flexibility when you're in
Mhm.
50-50
Yeah.
because it's like you have to do this and I have to do this.
Mhm.
So if not, it will become like I'm overdoing it and it
Yeah.
will lead to problems.
Because in 50-50, you don't do what please you. You don't do what is you don't do what you like. You do it because it has to be done that way so that everyone can feel comfortable.
Yeah, it can
And
also lead to pressure. To you are like it can lead to pressure in the sense like
yeah.
who is supposed to contribute this?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, somebody might say, why am I supposed to do this?
Yeah.
Why am I supposed to do this? Because any little thing is like, okay, we should share. We should share. It should be equal.
Yes, you keep sharing. If there's something like maybe you find some.
Imagine everybody will feel that pressure to contribute equally. First, it leads to that pressure to contribute. If it's 50-50, they don't care. The fact is that you need to contribute. Your partner don't care how much you earn. Yeah, they just think like it's 50-50 and this is what should be done. So those are some of the disadvantages. I think so. It will lead to a lot of
Yeah,
confusion.
a lot of confusion and maybe at the end of the day hatred and anger because if the husband earns more and the wife is earning less and the wife sees that I'm earning less and there are things that I need to contribute 50-50 in the house but my husband cannot step up to do it more like to give in what I'm supposed to contribute because he expects me to do it because of 50-50
Yeah,
and the
it
rest of
will
the
have,
woman she'll be
it
like
can also lead to conflict with
yeah
about financial issues.
yeah
For example, what if I want to buy a car and my husband doesn't want to buy a
yeah
car? He will say, since you are the one that wanted, you to contribute more, right? So it lead to conflict,
is it to conflict
especially when it comes to finance.
yeah
Yeah. It means if you want something, your husband needs to contribute to buy that thing. What if your husband feel like this thing is not good for me?
it's not
And you say you
important to
want
me.
yes, and you guys have an 50-50 kind of relationship. It means you have to contribute to buy something that you don't even like, or to
So you
those are
guys,
some of the disadvantages.
yeah, these are some of the disadvantages. And maybe out there, you guys, some of you guys have been into 50-50 and it worked for you and you have some advantages. You can let us know there also in the comment section and see maybe we are wrong or maybe it's just the opinion and doesn't mean what we say here is the right thing.
We're
Or
just here to help you make that
we
decision.
are just here to make some give opinions on what we think and our point of view It's not like it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, another disadvantage is that 50-50 can lead to negligence. You can lead to negligence of individual needs. Yeah, you understand where I'm coming from? For example, maybe you want to buy, let me say your hair, you want to buy human hair, and your husband doesn't see the need to buy. Yeah, since it's 50-50, we need to contribute and buy my hair. So the husband would not, yeah, the husband would not accept to do that, right? So I need the hair. So that's when it comes to negligence of individual needs.
Very bad.
Yeah, the husband may not get to contribute. Like I say, I want you my hair, and it cost me maybe 1.5 million. Will my woman contribute half of that money for me to buy? So you need to end like negligence of individual needs. So you need to think of all these disadvantages before you make decisions. You accept to do the 50-50 issue.
Especially if you're out of Africa, there's a lot of bills you're gonna pay together. So you have to know what they work and how much each person earn. Maybe you guys are earning the same, or maybe you're earning someone is earning more and something.
Yeah. I also think the 50-50 can lead to stress. Yeah, it can lead to stress. Who is doing this? Who is doing this? We need to do this. We need to do this. Like if there's no 50-50, means if you see something you like, you can just buy for your home. But with the 50-50, you want to buy a pot, you need to contribute money. Yeah, so it's more stressful.
It's more stressful.
Yeah, those are some of the
comfortable.
Yeah,
It's not
so stressful.
Unlike the 70-30,
Yeah,
the husband pays the house rent, and it's not bad to divide. As a wife, also you can feel comfortable and you can feel good about yourself if you do something. For the house.
And you know when you're stressed, it can negatively affect your relationship. So 50-50 can even bring harm than good. Than good in your relationship. You need to think about it. Imagine you're stressed every time making decisions. Who is going to contribute this? Who is going to do this? Who is going to do this? Who is going to...
Or you set a timetable. This week you're doing
yeah. There's no flexibility in 50-50. So it's so stressful.
And I wonder how there's going to be love between these people doing 50-50. It's not good. It's not advisable. But if it works for you, it's fine. But if it doesn't work for you, don't stress. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's not good. It's not good because me, I cannot do 50.
Yeah.
You can do it.
I say you can try 70.
You can try. You can try 70-30.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say I'm gonna try 70-30. I'm just gonna be supportive. I'm supportive. We're just gonna support you.
A lot of disadvantages when it comes to that 50-50. For example, it can even lead to lack of collaboration. You don't think about your partner. With collaboration, you try to look at your personal needs and what they want. But with 50-50, you might just be focused on your own share, on what your own contribution, and forget about the needs of your partner. So there are a lot of disadvantages of this 50-50 issue. So it's left on you to decide which one to go for. Well, another disadvantage is also lack of team spirit. When you're doing something just because you're contributing, it become like your relationship or your marriage become like a work environment, not a home. Not a home, because